just open up for questions for Grace and Tayla. Just raise your hand. Eli, go ahead.
For both of you, you guys sort of dominated the front court today. Grace, 23 for you, Tayla, double-double. Just talk about, for each of you, what it's been like sort of adjusting to playing with the other one in this front court.
Yeah, I think like last season we definitely got a taste of it, and we saw that we would work very well the next year. Like, we saw potential. And I think like this season and these practices, we've really tapped into that. Our coaches say like there's not one without the other. So like we've really learned to feed off of each other. And I think that, connection's only going to grow as we get into the season.
Yeah, I think chemistry is a big thing, and I think we have that very well, and I think it just comes naturally. And I think that really helps, us play together and be able to score as much as we do and look for each other and know when one of us has a mismatch and feeding that. So.
What kind of activities do you guys do off the court together to build chemistry, just like socially or whatever?
We love the mall, so we go to the mall a lot.
Yeah.
We do a lot, honestly, as a team. We'll hang out in like each other's apartments. Like I said, mall. We'll go out to eat a lot. Go to Crumble. Our team's we love activities, so a lot of the team, we're always out and about with each other, which, again, I believe has really helped our chemistry so far.
Jake.
Tayla, what are just some of the biggest lessons that you learned during your first year campaign coming off the bench, and how are you really applying them now that you're stepping into that elevated role starting in the front court?
I guess just knowing coming in this year that I will be stepping into a bigger role, kind of just preparing myself, my mind, my body, all of it that goes into it, putting in time, like, outside of practice and things like that, just making sure I'm ready, endurance-wise, being ready to put the ball in the basket. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, so both of you, second year with the program. I'm just kind of wondering what the year-over-year change has been for you. Like, are you feeling more experienced in the system?
Yeah, I think definitely, especially myself coming from an entirely different system, I feel like I've definitely adjusted to the style of play, the style of defense, everything. Honestly, there's always room to improve, and there's always room to continue to adjust. But I feel comfortable now in this program. Feels like home for sure.
Definitely.
Any other questions? Jake?
Grace, how have you found the process of just continuing to find your voice as one of the veteran leaders of this group?
Yeah, I try to do it daily in practice and like in the locker room, little things. I've always been taught that it's the little things that add up to the larger things. So I feel like that's definitely where I see myself as a leader, like going hard in every drill, patting my teammates on the back when they miss a shot. Because I think those things in the end are, again, those create wins and those cause losses sometimes if teammates don't do that. So yeah, I'm just like leaning into the role of, being the senior finally. Yeah.
Eli.
Tate, the one new starting player for this team, finished with 10 points, strong defensive performance. How do you feel like she's settled in this team?
I feel like she's settled in great. Like, I feel like she's taken her role and, like, ran with it. I think she's a really good leader for us on and off the court. She's, like, a nice person to have to, like, follow behind, especially for, like, our younger players, including me. So, yeah, she's just been great. She came in, and she's been amazing since. She hasn't let up, so yeah. I think today's performance really showed that.
This goes for either one of you, but how would you just characterize the year-to-year improvement that you've seen in this program from last season to this point now?
I think we've talked about this as a team. We have a lot of gym rats this season, and you'll hear that term used a lot throughout the team. Everyone is in the gym all the time. On off days, on days we have practice, even before games, like you'll see everyone getting up shots with their position coach multiple times a week, multiple times a day. So I think that extra work really shows. And not that we didn't do that last year, but this year we've done it a lot more, and that's why shots are falling. That's why that chemistry is so much better, I think.
Henry?
Yeah. Being able to take the court first time this season, how excited does that make you for the rest of the upcoming season and everything that's to come?
Super excited. I mean, even with the exhibition, seeing that chemistry, and I'm going to keep saying it, and the energy that we have, you can tell we're all just feeding off of each other and that excitement because we know we can be a great team. And, like, we see it every day during practice, and we believe we showed that tonight. So you can only be excited. Yeah.
Jake, finish up.
For either one of you, I mean, how would you describe the just the identity this group has started to forge at this early point in the year?
I think we're still finding that, but I think today our defensive showing was really good. We were very aggressive in our full court man, getting up and making sure that they can't, beat us down the floor. But I don't know. I think we're still working on finding that, but I think today was a great start to look back on and kind of like take note and figure out what we want it to be.
Sweet. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
An opening statement on the day.
Yeah, it's good to be playing. It's good to be back in the game, in the arena, playing against somebody else. And we've been practicing really hard. This group has bought in, to what we all feel is the work ethic and the amount. As you heard, Grace, they're in the gym all the time, getting shots up, and so it's really fun to watch and be part of. So it's good. It's good just to get started. They were ready to play somebody else, and I thought Lewis is a top 20 team, Division II. Those guys compete, so it was good. It was a good matchup. It was physical, and we need that too. But it's good to be playing. Yeah.
Jake.
Coach, how encouraging is a defensive performance of this nature for you as you guys move into the regular season?
We were talking a lot about we had about a 3-year stretch where we won the Big Ten championship. We got to the championship game in the NIT. And the next year we got to the NCAA tournament in San Antonio. And in the Big Ten, I think we won like 36 games. We're like 36 and don't quote me, but like 36 and 12 or 14 in that run. In the Big Ten. And to do that, you had to play great defense. And tonight, those teams would hold people in the 50s, great teams, top 20 teams. We'd hold in the 50s, and our goal would be, and we had some teams we'd keep in the 40s. So, last year defensively, we had breakdowns a lot, but I think they're really buying in. You heard Tayla and Grace talk about it, so keep asking them about it. They'll talk about it. That'll help. They're tired of me yelling at them about getting back on defense. But it's been encouraging. So, long answer, good question.
Eli.
Coach, last 2 seasons, Kaylee and Melanie were really the centerpiece of your offensive output. How have you gone about trying to fill that hole?
Yeah, at practice, and you guys are certainly welcome anytime. We're just you'll see Tate. Tate has really been a great addition because she can play 3 positions on the perimeter, can score, defends, rebounds, and just gives you that dimension. And I think you're seeing you saw today what Taylor's capable of, and Kaylee Walsh, obviously her Mel 1,000-point scorer, so you got to replace offensively, but I think we're more balanced this year. I think you're seeing I'll call it the evolution and progression of Grace Sullivan, who I think has a chance to be one of the great players in the Big Ten this year. So I think that will help us offset those guys.
How do you describe what you're seeing from a chemistry standpoint between Grace and Tayla and how they're working off one another in the front court?
Yeah, that was fun to watch a little bit. We've had some great combos like Abby Wolf, Abby Scheid. When you have 2 people that know each other's game down there, twin Abbeys, right? And then these guys, they're playing off each other, and then they're spacing well. So when it looks like it's crowded, Grace will empty out, and Taylor will replace her. So and they both go to the offensive glass hard. So it's really, it's fun to watch. We just got to get them the ball, get our timing down too.
some of these new additions to the court for the first time as Wildcats today. How pleased are you to see all the work and practice finally pay off?
Yeah, you know, Henry, I think the biggest thing, you know, we were laughing, Shannon and I were laughing about this. We have practices, if we scrimmage, we'll make 10, 12, 13 threes. And I know today was a little rough, but, you know, I really feel like we're streaky now, but that was our Achilles last year. We couldn't, you know, like I always say, there was 6 or 7 Big Ten games that we could have won in the fourth quarter, and we could never string together back-to-back threes. We averaged 3 a game. So I think if we can open the floor up, you know, our kids are shooting it really well. Today was kind of an outlier because they've really been shooting well. So I'm excited for that, just to open the floor up for these guys too.
Coach, there in the fourth quarter a little bit, Angelina Hodgins had a really good defensive showing.
Right.
And you know, as a first year, what have been the kind of things you've been trying to introduce her to with the new system you're trying to implement?
Yeah, I appreciate the question. She is a tough, strong kid, physical, basketball smart beyond her experience, beyond her years. So we're looking for a lot, and she really shoots it well too. But what she does. She's on the floor, you know, and I told them before the game. I said, I want get your uniforms dirty, you know, we you know and that's what she does, and she brings that intensity to the floor. So, and we see it every day. So, it's been a great addition for us. Yeah.
Coach, coming off this performance, what kind of a boost does a win like this give as your team prepares for the regular season in terms of confidence?
Yeah, I think just confidence, you know, and the other thing, because of the NCAA rules, you know, it's good to play an exhibition game where, you know, in practice I can stop, or my coaches can stop, redo, reset, where, you know, you can't do that here. You know, you got to play. It's great to have the band, the crowd, the people. You know, you need that. You know, it's like a dress rehearsal, and I think it'll help get them ready for, you know, we got a lot of games coming up in a row. And,
Coach, you talked about how competitive practice has been so far. If you're playing a team in a different jersey, will practice change physically or strategically as you go forward?
I think this time of year, the biggest thing, we've had some injuries where people are just coming back. We're still looking. I feel like, you know, my assistant coaches been with me a long time. Some of them, they accuse me of not having a deep roster. I only play 7 or 8 players, which is not true, but they think it is. And but I think this year's team, my coaches are on me every day. Coach, we're a lot deeper. We can do a lot different things, and I think they're right. Don't tell them that, but. You know, I just feel like that's what we're seeing. We're seeing practices are so competitive. There's not a big gap, you know, between, you know, one group and the other group, so to speak.
Final questions? Let's go Eli and then back to Joey.
Coach, you've announced this will be your final season after a storied career here. Are you expecting this campaign to feel any different for you than any of your previous campaigns?
That's a good question. Yeah, you get so busy this time of year because, you know, you got practice, you got games coming up. We watch, you know, watching film. So I've really just tried to put everything on the back burner and just get through the next day, next practice. And, you know, that's been my mentality. I don't know how long that'll last. It was weird today, even when I heard the band at the end. We've always walked by the band and thanked them, listened to the fight song. And, you know, it kind of hit me too that, you know, it's one of those things that I won't take for granted because it's special, you know.
Yeah, sort of just on that vein, but like, was there anything sentimental knowing this was your last preseason game?
Yeah, I celebrated. I drink 1 soda a year. Honest to God, I drink 1 a year. I quit 30-some years ago. So this is my 1 because we didn't have any water. So I'll drink half. I'll celebrate with the other half tonight, you know. But yeah, a little sentimental. But yeah, again, we've been blessed. Our family's been blessed, and to be it. And really, when you guys all, you know, you you guys are all in the media world and journalism world. You see what's happening right now in college football, and I mean, it's crazy. And then I've coached 20 years at GW. I'm so lucky, really. And this is my 18th year here. So the coaching profession is it's a very delicate place to be right now. So I've been really blessed to be at 2 schools for 38 years, and it doesn't happen much anymore. So, thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.